The man picked up his camera, ready to take a photo of the crew on the boat. But little did he know, a shark was silently closing in. The crew quickly sensed something was wrong and rushed to pull the captain back onto the boat. Thankfully, the shark hadn't picked up the scent of blood, so it didn't attack. One of the crew quickly took the chance to toss shark repellent powder into the water. They thought the danger had passed, until one crew member's pet suddenly fell into the water. By the time he realized it, the little pet had already become the shark's next meal. The man was devastated. That pet had been his emotional support for years. Rage filled his eyes as he stared down the shark, almost as if he were possessed. Then, seizing the moment, he suddenly reached into the water and grabbed the shark. With the help of a teammate, they somehow managed to wrestle it onto the boat with their bare hands. Before anyone could react, the man climbed onto the shark's head, pulled out a knife, and stabbed it repeatedly to avenge his pet. But in his emotional outburst, he didn't realize the blood spilling into the water was attracting even more sharks. Meanwhile, another crew member, Jack, brought out a wooden crate and pulled out 2 coils of wire. He had secretly packed them before departure, worried the ropes wouldn't hold. With the wires reinforcing the raft, he believed they had a real shot at making it back to shore alive. But the captain scoffed at the idea. 1,000 years ago, our ancestors crossed the Pacific without wires. Why couldn't they? With that, he grabbed Jack's wire and heartlessly tossed it into the sea. Jack stood there, crushed, walking like a lifeless shell toward the edge of the raft. But then he slipped. Covered in blood, he fell straight into the ocean. It was only then that everyone noticed the swarm of sharks now circling in the water. As Jack was pulled farther away by the waves, a teammate quickly threw out a rope, but it wasn't long enough. Another crew member immediately tossed shark meat to the opposite side of the raft to draw the predators away from Jack. At the same time, the captain untied the inflatable raft, intending to rescue Jack himself, but he was too slow, and it was clear he wouldn't make it in time. Just as the sharks returned to Jack's side, another teammate didn't hesitate. He grabbed a rope and dove into the water. When he reached Jack, the others pulled the rope with all their strength. With perfect coordination, they managed to get both men safely back onto the raft. No one was hurt this time, but the group sank into despair. Their supplies were nearly gone. Just then, a seagull appeared in the sky. Everyone got excited, thinking land must be near. But once again, fate played a cruel joke on them.